Hello, friends and family. Welcome back to my channel. This is Living with Purpose, Rosina's story. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. How do I tell my family? In my case, I am a mother of three, and I had to figure a way to tell them. After hearing from the doctors, everything was confirmed that I have triple negative breast cancer. I sat down with my husband and we spoke about how to tell the family and how to tell my children. So, at the time of diagnosis, my oldest was 15, my middle child was 12, and my last born was 4 years old. All right, that's where the challenge began. How do you sit down and explain to a 4-year-old that you have cancer? Oh my goodness. I think that was one of the most challenging things for me to do. I just remembered after we spoke to the professionals, spoke to all the doctors, my husband called the kids. We sat down and I questioned my older children. I asked them, what do they know about cancer? They explained to me, especially my oldest, he explained to me what cancer was and even mentioned to me the different type of cancer. And I said, okay, well, that's good. They're knowledgeable about that. So to begin with, they already knew I had a lump in my breast. I don't keep stuff away from my kids because they're old enough to understand. So throughout the process of going for scans and going to see doctors, I told them we were checking this lump in my breast to figure out what it was. So eventually we had to sit down with them and explain to them, what is it? We explained to them that, okay, remember this lump that I had in my breast? Well, unfortunately, it is cancer. Let me tell you, seeing the look in my kids' face, well, at least the older ones, their face dropped. Because they knew what it is, I think that's what made it even more difficult for them to hear. But I tried my best to stay strong for them. I didn't cry. I told them it's okay. We will get through this. We just need to pray and ask God for his healing. As for my 4-year-old, it was a little bit more challenging to explain to him. I just kind of got to his level because of his age and explained to him that this breast is sick. I have to start seeing doctors so that way they can give me treatment to take care of it. And he said, oh, okay, mommy. Even during the time when I was going for scans, I explained it to him and he touched it and he felt the other one. And I told him, I said, you see, son, this one feels normal and this one doesn't. He was shocked. He was like, oh, wow, it feels like a rock in there. So at that time when we explained to him about the cancer, I told him that the rock that he felt on this breast, it needs to be taken care of, and that's what the doctors are going to do. That's how I explained it to him. As for my other family members, some of them who live out of state, my husband called them. He took that upon himself. He started calling all my relatives, my siblings, and broke the news to them. So my husband was in charge of that. As far as my mom, it was challenging to tell my mom, being the fact that I had just lost my father a few years ago. So we were still mourning my late father. So it was difficult to tell my mom. We brought her here and we sit down with her and I explained to her in her native language what was going on. She had already knew that I had this lump in my breast, but she kept praying that it wouldn't be anything. I didn't want to tell her over the phone. For any mother, it was a very hard news to take in, but she's a strong believer in God and she said, you know what, I will pray about this and let God take control of everything. And I am very thankful for my mom because she is my prayer warrior. I feel like with her praying for me and just her support and the support of everyone, the support of my children, my relatives, my siblings, my husband, I felt like it helped me to process it or to take the news a little bit better compared to someone who doesn't have that type of resource. And honestly, it is such a hard journey. It's a horrible thing for someone to go through, let alone not having people around them. I cannot imagine not having these people by my side. Believe it or not, my 4-year-old continued to check on me on a regular basis. Every time I will go to the doctor, I will come back and he's like, "Mommy, is this rock gone yet? Is the rock in your breast, did the doctor take it out yet?" Every time I go to the doctor. So I had to constantly tell him, because they don't forget this stuff. I had to constantly tell him, "No, it's not gone yet. We're still doing treatment or whatnot." I think it's important, if you have children, to let them know this information. You don't want to keep it away from them, because you'll be surprised how much they know. And they're probably your biggest fan. They want you to get better. They will be there to help you, even if it means to get you a glass of water or if it means to hold your hands. Because I remember my daughter walking with me, holding my hands, helping me, because I would be so weak doing treatment. She will walk with me. They're always checking on me. My 4-year-old, he's always praying for me, telling me, "Hey, God will heal you." So I think it's important to talk to them about this stuff early on and not keep it a secret. But that is how I broke the news to my children, and I'm very thankful they handled it well. Was it challenging? Yes. Throughout the whole process, I think my daughter was very affected by it, to the point where her schooling was getting affected by it. Like, she wasn't performing well in school. So as a mom, you had to keep on calling her and talking to her on the side and explain to her that it's going to be okay and she has to remain strong. It will always be a difficult thing, but to be honest with you, I am very grateful for all the supports that I have by my side. My wonderful friends out there, you know who you are if you're watching this. Thank you so much for your support. My family, thank you for your help. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the love that you've been giving me throughout this whole journey. I don't know if I could have take this without all this love and support. But yes, this is how I told my family and my children. Remember, enjoy the little things, okay? And take it one day at a time. Thank you for helping me share my story by hitting that like button and subscribing. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining bright.